from the most dramatic and longest 45 minutes of my life, filled with Rudiger's madness, David Alaba's insane tackles, missed penalty and disqualified penalty, to the most deserved victory at the Bernabeu. Hello people, Arsenal qualifies to the Champions League semi-finals after trashing Real Madrid 5-1 on aggregate, winning both legs home at the Emirates and away at the Bernabeu. This is the most exciting moment for all Arsenal fans over the world. And listen, this, as I must say, is the longest 45 minutes of my freaking life. Listen, if you watch this game, there is no way that you're able to sit on your seat comfortably. The first half was so nervous. We're giving cheap balls away. But listen, it was just like the games at the Emirates. So we came back the second half, we were more composed. What does it mean for the football club? What does it mean after beating the current champions of Europe? What does it really mean for Arsenal Football Club? Now, there are both negatives and positives that we have to look into, and this is what we are going to dive into. So listen, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, come on, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, leave your comments down below, and give this video a thumbs up. So before we talk about anything, listen, how did Rudiger survive this game 90 minutes without a red card? There are key points that we need to talk about in this game, and one is Saka's penalty miss. Listen, people, I don't blame Saka. I don't blame Saka. Listen, the Bernabeu, with even me that I'm home just watching the game, was just nerve-wracking for me. I don't know how footballers do it, but listen, on that big stage, for Saka to try to chip the goalkeeper, he needs to have some balls to do that. And our boy is no more a boy. It's about time that we give credit where credit is due. Saka is no more a boy, man. Saka is a big man. He's on big man things. When I saw the goal that he scored, the chip on Courtois, I was like, oh my goodness. This is the fourth time we've met Real Madrid, and this is the first they've ever scored a goal against us. And it was a cheap goal. I'm not even going to blame Saliba on the goal that he gave away, because Saliba has been brilliant in this competition. With the absence of Gabriel Magalhaes, he has stepped up the game. I feel like he's more outspoken now. He's more commanding now in the back. And that is what actually we need. He's more aggressive. And Kivio, some way, somehow, there is a balance in there. Listen, if you had told me about a month ago that we'll be beating Real Madrid, I would have told you you're crazy. Because how do we beat Real Madrid when we don't really have a left back that we could say is really trusted? Because as at then, Lewis Kelly was not really, we had not seen him. We've seen him perform, but not at this level. If you had told me that Kivio would have come to replace Gabriel Magalhaes and our defense will still be intact, listen, I would have told you are insane. Now, this feels like a team instead of an individual brilliance as compared to Real Madrid. There are some players we have to give credit. And listen, everyone in the starting 11 deserves some credit, but there are some players we just have to mention their names. Raya has been so good for us this season, especially in the Champions League. Listen, if Real Madrid had won the first leg, this would have been a total different story. Look at the chance that Mbappe had in the first leg, where the one that Raya saved. If that ball had gone, it would have changed the whole game. But Raya stepped up when the moment came. Look at this. Saliba, every time he meets Mbappe, he makes sure Mbappe is in his pocket. And we have to give massive credit to Timber. Bro, for Timber to be able to stop Vinicius with that crazy pace over 2 legs, we have a play on our hand. Now, our only concern is for him not to get a yellow card. There's someone who actually surprised me in this game is Kivio. I've bashed Kivio on this channel. I've had that as a podcast where I said Kivio is the weakest link in the Arsenal defense, but he has changed my thoughts on him. This is what, as a fan base, this is what we want. If Kivio is able to put up these performances, I don't even think we'll miss Gabriel that much. He's just been bossing that center-back position with Saliba. And at this point, nobody can tell me that Mikel Arteta did not make the right decision keeping Jacob Kivio in the Arsenal squad. Miles Lewis freaking Skelly. How can an 18-year-old boy be balling against, that is, Rudiger, Rodrigo, Belly, Joe, he's supposed to be 18. Arsenal has a team that is going to flourish over a long time. Imagine with this Arsenal team, with a world-class striker, what they would have done. In this game, I don't think this game, Thomas Partey bossed the midfield like he did when we played at the Emirates, but all the same, he controlled the tempo of this game. They were trying to rush us. They were trying to put that kind of pressure on us, but we knew how good we are in terms of our counter, how explosive our wingers are. Saka, Martinelli. Listen, this is not the first time Martinelli has done this. He's done it to Chelsea, he's done it to Manchester City, and now he has done it to Real Madrid. I know at a point we all felt like Gabriel Martinelli had to go in this Champions League. If there is anyone who's run his socks off, I would say is Gabriel Martinelli. Now he's played 90 minutes in a home game, 90 minutes against Brentford, 90 minutes in the away game against Real Madrid. How is he still running at this pace over 90 minutes? Now, next on the list, we are going to talk about Declan Rice. Listen, there was a notion out there that when you close the roof or when you cover the lid, that is when Rice cooks better. And indeed, Declan Rice today bossed the midfield. I mean, Partey played, Odegaard was off, but Declan Rice was my top player in that midfield. Now, let's move on to Bukayo Saka. We all can see that Bukayo Saka is not up to speed. He is not just up to the speed. And we can all see that the Real Madrid players, especially Alaba, was trying to hurt him, was trying to put some fear in him. But no, this boy is not scared of nobody. He still went on, missed a penalty, and still scored a goal. Listen, that goal Real Madrid score was a dash goal. Was an error from the defense. It was not a game that they even worked for, like the one Arsenal worked for. And big ups to Mikel Merino. When Arsenal signed Mikel Merino, I was like, this guy is basically like Granit Xhaka. He's not quick. I'm not seeing his shot, but at least I knew Granit Xhaka had some power on him. But I also know that in Spain, he's kind of a super sub. So when Mikel Arteta got him, I knew he was going to play the 8th position. That was what I knew. I knew Declan Rice is going to play maybe the DM, and then Mikel Merino is going to play the 8th. But this boy has been able to fit in while we did not have a strike. And I'm wondering, how did Mikel Arteta arrive at this? How did he arrive at the decision that Mikel Merino is the right person to put in the middle? Listen, in this game, if I'm supposed to give my man of the match, I know the work rate of Declan Rice, Saka, Martinelli. But if I'm supposed to give my man of the match, I'll give it to Mikel Merino. Because he actually did Odegaard's job. Odegaard was there to create chances, but he was not creating those chances. Mikel Merino, with just a single pass from his feet, was just enough to put us over the line. He did same for Saka, and he did same for Gabriel Martinelli. Listen, big ups, Mikel Merino. Listen, you are so underrated. You are so underrated, and you have won my respect. Listen, people, let me know in the comment section if you really think Mikel Arteta is that kind of coach. I believe Mikel Arteta at the moment is at the elite level of coaching, because if you look at him bringing Miles Lewis-Kelly, when we have Tierney back from injury, we have Zinchenko back from injury, but he's still playing Miles Lewis-Kelly. What did he see in him? I feel like Mikel Arteta has the potential to see that is players who are destined for greatness. And let me know in the comment section if you believe what I'm saying. But we have to give credit to Mikel Arteta above all. The way Mikel Arteta has set up this team is such that even without that is a traditional number 9, the team still works. Mikel Merino actually does a better job than Kai Havertz. At this moment, I don't even see Kai Havertz coming in to replace Mikel Merino. I don't see that. Because there is no way that we'll have Kai Havertz back, and then I'll play, if I were a coach, I'll play Kai Havertz over Mikel Merino. The work that Mikel Merino does, the pass that he gives, the positionings that he finds himself, it's just amazing. Kai Havertz does the job, runs that, but the finish that Mikel Merino has is way better than Kai Havertz. If I were to choose any of the two to be my strike, I'll choose Mikel Merino. Honestly, I'll choose Mikel. Mikel Merino has not played a ton of games in a number 9 position as Kai Havertz, but I feel like he's doing a greater job than Kai Havertz. Listen, people, Odegaard is the player that I think did not actually play to the level. Will Real Madrid let you go? This was the chance to let them feel that you were meant for greatness. And, they made a mistake letting you go. But I didn't see that. I mean, after the 2 legs, I felt like, come on, guy, you could have done better. In the first leg, your passes were not going. The final third passes were just not going through. And again, when we went to their home, again, the same thing, giving away cheap possession. And I feel like Odegaard, if we have to go against PSG, we need our middle, especially now that we don't have Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey is suspended for the first leg at the Emirates. We are playing the 29th against PSG. I mean, we've won against them, but that is not the same PSG, man. PSG has actually come together as a team since the return of Moussa Dembele. They've become a really solid team. And listen, if we do not take care their midfield, the way they are young, they are going to boss our midfield. João Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, they will cook our midfield. And with that party, I don't know how we are going to set up. But I know Mikel Arteta is the man who always finds an answer for something. So I am trusting Mikel Arteta's decision when it comes to this one. At the same time, we need our attacking or creative midfielder to be on his A game. Odegaard needs to step up. You are the captain of this team. You are supposed to step up, step out to the plate. If you're able to take one at the Emirates, we'll have Thomas Partey back. You could boss the midfield when we go to France. But if we don't and they win here, trust me, it's going to be so tough to go to France and win over there. Now, with that party in the midfield, do you think Arsenal's midfield still stand a chance of dominating against PSG at the Emirates on the 29th? Listen, people, if you are new to the channel, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the post notification bell. And please don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. This is the Donut Soccer, and we out.